Hello, everybody. Welcome to Art and Outdoor Life here with John. So, today on this fun Friday, uh, doing a wet on wet, starting out wet on wet watercolor here. Basically, looking at kind of a western sky, but you can make these colors your own, okay? Um, Now, I'm using dirty water in this painting here, okay? The small hake brush. Basically, what I'm doing here, I'm using a burnt umber, and I'm using a burnt sienna, which gives it, both of them have very red tones in them, okay? I'm sculpting out my sky and my landmass. And with this brush here, very large flat brush, taking the water off, just gently moving the water to the side. It's almost monochrome at this point on a painting. Okay, now I'm just going through it with a little piece of paper towel. Kind of like if I was oil painting, I would do this. And then we start to sculpture and get into our paintings. So with the large hake brush here, this is some burnt umber and just kind of putting it in there. You can see that reddish tint on it, right? When you're using these brushes, especially the hake brushes, you'll be surprised where the paint is on your brush, literally. I might do a demonstration on that. In fact, now I'm thinking about it, because you can put, you could put a blue on one side of the brush, and you can put a red on the other side of the brush, and literally use the same brush. So, with that was raw sienna, and this is burnt umber coming into making its own. Now, what's starting out as kind of a monochrome painting is all going to change here. But what we're doing is we're just setting up the scene, right? And every Friday I'll be doing these. I'll be doing these every Friday. Just kind of, it's for fun, but it's also for relaxation. And it's also to let your hair down and not worry about, all details and such. So right there, you can see the land, okay? I mean, we have this, right? But now we got to sculpt it. So I'm using two kind of greens, or blues, my apologies. Using two kind of blues here. This is the ultramarine blue. And that is a medium hake brush. And I'm just going right along that horizon line. And I'm just kind of sculpting out where I want this to be. This was not, I didn't, this is off the top of my head, like most of my paintings. So I'm just barely flickering the brush, creating the brush. Bring it down a little bit. What I did was, in the beginning, when I stretched the paper, I used dirty water to do it with. And so that's the reason why the white, when you first look at the video, isn't exactly white. So right away with the card, I'm just going to come over here and create some trees very easily. Right away, because the paint is fairly wet here. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to make a reflection, just like that, instant reflection. Look at that. Just using a plastic card, or you can use a plastic palette knife or something like that. Putting in some rocks down here. It's amazing how these cards, I've done a lot of videos with these cards. One of them I have is, I did a video last year, the Big Battle or something like that, where I used a card. And I did one about St. Louis as well. And if you go back and look at that, those paintings are done basically with all cards, using the card, and I think you'd be amazed. Anyways, so I threw in some lemon yellow, and I do have some yellow ochre here too. I don't have green on the palette, believe it or not. And that's how I'm getting these greens, by using the yellow ochre as well as the lemon yellow. I'm just tapping it. Now you could stop right there if you wanted to, and you'd have a nice painting. So bright yellow, which is lemon yellow. You can use a pale yellow if you want to, just to kind of bring out some highlights in the foliage here. And I'm going just below that line, just to get a reflection into the water. I have my fan brush now. Now I'm taking some white. It's not gouache, just regular watercolor. And I'm just going to skip back and forth. Just barely touching it. But all this is about having fun. We're not looking at, we're not trying to be some kind of Picasso or whatever, We're doing this for fun. This is a hobby, right? Stress reliever, mindfulness, being creative, wellness. So as you see, when I hit the white on the tip of this brush, see right there, take some ultramarine blue, mix it with some of that white, and you'll get your off tones. You'll get your pastel looking tones. I mentioned it in the last video I released. So we'll put a little bit of snow cap on the mountain. These mountains here. The whole idea about painting on my channel here is to give ideas and to be creative, to not be so hard on yourself. Don't ever be so hard on yourself, because that's where the fun leaves. The fun is gone when you're trying to have too much of expectations, I guess. You see, there's a lot of gray in this waterway coming down, right? So here I put a little bit of a reddish orange, watered it down. I wasn't happy with the sky. So you could do this too if you want to. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. I just wanted to. I wanted to give it a Western look, and I kind of wanted to give it like an oil painting look, like an authentic look. As if, when someone sees it, they'll look at it at the end painting as if I was trying to make an oil painting, right? But you're seeing me in real time here. This is real time. So like anything, you put a little bit of white into any color and you blend it and you'll get a pastel look, a more soft look. And you could see those grays coming through this waterway. And those grays were mixed with basically the blues that I had laid down. So with some ultramarine blue, just a few little lines here and there. Give it impression of some clouds. With the medium hake brush, now I'm taking a little bit of lemon yellow and just kind of putting in the flavor. I like to save the flavor for last. Not all the time, but sometimes I do. So go ahead and flick our card or a plastic palette knife. Just flick it around, just like that. Use your fingers. There you go. To me, it always feels good when I put my finger on it because I actually could feel the paint. I hope that you had a wonderful day, a good evening, and a good morning wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. I don't make any money off my videos. I'm just here. It's for very personal reasons, but also to give ideas. And I thank you for coming back again. I just sign my name here. Sincerely yours, John. And we'll just darken it up. You could put a little bit of brown in there if you wanted to. Really anything. Like some umber up there. Just a touch.